Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Houston Rockets Daily. My name is Jackson. I post daily Rockets content, so hit that like button, hit that sub button if you guys enjoy it. We keep seeing everything everywhere right now with James Harden possibly coming back to the Houston Rockets. Now, my thing is this, he just signed a 2-year extension, so regardless, we're not looking at him being a free agent until 2024, 2025, but I think it's evidently clear, and we've been kind of seeing this the last couple of weeks, that we don't have a true point guard on our team. Ty Washington Jr. has only played a handful of games for us, and it's usually in garbage time, and he usually looks great. So I will say that. I also, I have this love-hate relationship with Daishen Nix because there are points out there where he's not the best offensive scorer, or he's not shooting good this season, but the last game against the Spurs, he had 9 assists. He is, before Ty got called up, and people will not be a big fan of this, he is, to me, the best point guard playmaker on our team. I think Kevin Porter Jr. is just a pure scorer, and I think he is also, a talented passer, obviously, but I want KPJ in a role where he's just getting buckets. We're only 25% of the way through the season. I've been saying this all season. People get so frustrated with it. I've also been saying, Silas is not doing him or any of our players any justice. I don't think the guys know what they're supposed to be doing out there. And it's kind of becoming more apparent as the weeks go by. But, man, I got, just flamed for those takes earlier on in the season. But either way, James Harden is interesting, but it's not going to be for 2 more years to me, and I just want to see how the rest of the season pans out. Kevin is having a really talented year. He's putting up about 17 points, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He's still getting me points. He's still getting me rebounds. He's still getting me assists. He does turn the ball over. I get it. This year is going to be important because, Houston might actually end up getting that first pick. We really might get that first pick, and we might get Victor Wembanyama, but I'd also be perfectly okay with the number 2 pick. There are also other point guards in the top 10, projected top 10, so it's going to be interesting to see. I'm not, even really thinking about James Harden in any way, shape, or form. I get the NBA is a business, and I don't hold any grudge on him. Houston Harden between Brooklyn and now Philadelphia, James Harden is completely different. It's just actually completely different. He still has the ball in his hands a lot, but once again, we're talking about 2 years from now. So James will be, right at the end of the age of 34, about to be 35. So, I just see that as I don't see them trading for him in the offseason this year. I don't see anything like that happening unless they were to just completely miss out on Scoot. It's evident Kevin Porter Jr. is not going to be our point guard. They're not ready for Ty Washington Jr. Daishen Nix doesn't look like he's a starting capable point guard. They swing and miss on every free agent, and James Harden is disgruntled. Maybe then we could have that discussion. But I do think this is a little bit more of a long shot, and it's more tailored for the 2024-2025 NBA free agency, where there are also a bunch of point guards in that class. I believe I have it here. I'd rather get a cat Freddie V. We're going to have a lot of cap space this year, and we're going to have a lot of cap space for years to come. But, yeah, 2024 free agency, Kyle Lowry, he's going to be 38. Mike Conley was going to be almost 37. But you got Freddie, you got Dinwiddie, Fultz, DeJounte, D-Rose going to be 36. Tyus Jones, Monty Morris. Yeah. So, I could sit here and speculate, is it Kevin Porter Jr. the point guard? Is Ty Washington Jr. the point guard? Is Daishen Nix the point guard? Is it going to be Scoot Henderson? Is it going to be James Harden in 2 years? I don't think it's really worth it. I know that a lot of Rocket fans are not all that interested in having James Harden return, so that is kind of a big reason why I'm making this video. I kind of want to hear a lot of your guys' takes on it. But at the end of the day, I was not pleased with the way he forced himself out of town. I really was not, but I know he still has a good relationship. We have here from Adam Spolane. James Harden has relationships with many of the young Rockets that have followed him, and he played pickup with many of them at Toyota Center this summer. KPJ, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, Josh Christopher were among the players to take part. So I would not be surprised in any way, shape, or form if James Harden were to actually finish his career with the Houston Rockets. I don't think it would be in a starting role at that point. He'd be, like I said, 35 just about. Don't think he'd be like the starter. I don't even think he'd really necessarily even be the sixth man. We'll see. There are guys like Kyle Lowry, LeBron James, Chris Paul that are older than 35, and they're still, they're starters still. They're doing very well. So, we'll see. We'll definitely see. A healthy James Harden is a really good basketball player. It sucks because I hate rooting for the Philadelphia 76ers. I wish he was still with Brooklyn because it was a lot easier for me to root for Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant than it is for me to root for like Joel Embiid. But, if he does end up getting that ring, I'd be very happy for him. And, I do think even if he doesn't, by 2 years from now, I do think Houston will be a lot more relevant, obviously, than we are right now. I really think this is going to be our last rebuilding season. Silas would be gone by then, is what my best guess would be, unless the Rockets, I don't actually really see a world where Silas doesn't get fired after this year unless they win 30-plus games. And even with that, for some reason, if they kept him, I just don't see them holding on to him. Silas runs these offenses. He came here for James Harden, or they brought him in because of James Harden. More of a heliocentric type of offense that he ran with Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks that ended up being the most efficient offense in NBA history, which is still just a crazy stat because I don't see, you need that guy, you need that Harden, you need that Doncic, and we currently don't have, that Harden or that Doncic, so I don't see Steven Silas staying around for much longer. Tata Washington Jr., I'm hoping this cat gets a lot more running. I really do. It seems like Eric Gordon will be getting traded. I'll probably make another video on Eric Gordon before Christmas, which, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to all you guys. But I do think Eric Gordon ends up getting traded. I'll talk about this in a video. I wouldn't be surprised if KJ Martin Jr. was in one of these trades. I don't think he will be. I would still lean a little bit more towards Jayshawn Tate, but I know we haven't seen much of Tate at all recently, so I think Tate is an extremely valuable player. But I know a championship team would love a guy like Jayshawn Tate, and he's on such a good contract. So we'll see. I don't think KJ Martin Jr. is a part of the Houston Rockets' long-term future, so I really wouldn't be upset if they paired him in with an Eric Gordon trade if it meant, we'd get a little bit more of a haul back in return. But who knows what's going to happen. We're not going to see any trades until after the new year, so we got at least 2 weeks until I think we see any trade around the league. So let me know what you guys are thinking about all this today, the point guard position. And as always, hit that like button, hit that sub button. I will make a trade video, I guess. I'll probably get some trade videos or some trade proposals ready to go. So that's it. Peace.